These are hosta hybrids, and there are so many different varieties that I'm not going to attempt to list all the different ones. Depending on where you are and availability, you'll find that there are just so many, it's really hard to quantify them all. So what I want to do is talk about them as an overall group and how to use them in design. As you can see here, they have a lot of different textures, sizes of leaves, colors, flowers, all of it. And some of the flowers are even fragrant. And what I love about that is in design, I really am into designing with texture and color of foliage. And these are kind of the quintessential plant for that because the different size leaves give you different textures, as you can see here. Some of these are some of the smaller types, whereas there's very large ones as well. And then some of them have variegations that make them interesting. And on this one, the texture, a lot of rippling in the leaf surface, and that combined with these ferns is just a very striking play in terms of visual interest. So some of the things to know about hostas is they're a deciduous hybrid, a deciduous perennial, and they are shade loving. You can put them in some sun if you're near the coast and it's cooler. But in general, if you're going to use these in warmer areas, you would want to give them shade or morning sun, but not hot afternoon sun. Also, soil is very important for these, more so than a lot of other plants. These kind of like rich, humus-laden or organic-laden soils and regular moisture. If you these are not drought tolerant by any means, so make sure that they get regular water and the shade and also rich soil so they do their best. Apparently as they get older, these clumps just get bigger and bigger. A lot of plants like daylilies like to be divided over time. Hostas are not particular about that. As they mature, the clump will just get fuller and fuller. If you do want to divide them, you want to remove plants from the edge of the grouping or cut kind of a wedge out of the grouping to separate them that way. The size of the plants varies quite a bit as well. Some of these are as small as 12 to 16 inches wide by about the same height, and some of them reach 2 to 3 feet high by 4 to 5 feet wide in terms of their clumps. And usually the flowers are a little taller. They're usually another 18 inches to 2 feet higher than the foliage itself. So during the winter, these want to be cut back entirely. Just remove the dead foliage, and that cleans them up for the winter. Also, these are snail bait. If there was ever a plant I've seen anyway that snails really love, snails and slugs, it is the hosta. So be aware that if you're going to have these around, most of them are going to attract snails and slugs, and you want to be using some kind of bait to deal with that situation. Few ideas for companion plants with these hostas are camellias, rhododendrons, daphne, ferns, and hydrangeas. Most of these are evergreen, but they're shrubs and they're larger, and the textures and also just the structure that these evergreen shrubs offer are good things to play these hostas off of in shady conditions, and they really do like shade and to be in the understory of trees and larger shrubs. So think about those as some possibilities to pair these with. Another one is a stilby. They look really nice with these as well. And that's what I can tell you about hosta hybrids. Plantain lily. Enjoy those.